Christian Warriors, and thank you for being with our program today. A lot of folks that are first looking at our academy are still saying, who is Mark Griesbach? What does the Christian Warrior Academy stand for? What are we here to do? And just because a lot of people today online have so many crazy ideas and have low credibility and low quality, we want to show people that we are of highest quality, highest ethics and standards. And part of that is to let you hear from some of the people that have been around Mark Griesbach and learning from his ideas and principles and such. And today I have with me Paul Griesbach. Welcome, Paul. Son of Mark Griesbach. So when someone says, boy, I'd like to get an insider view on maybe like how Mark has impacted lives, we have many on the website you can go listen to. But I thought it'd be great to have Paul just shed a little light on, what he learned and what he gleaned from, being around Mark, not just as his son, but got to see him also as an instructor and in a way a person that led faith for his life. So Paul, what would you say are some of the maybe takeaways or some maybe big things that you can kind of remember in life today that you learned from your dad?
Sure. Well, seeing my father as an instructor, working with hundreds of students over the decades, I think almost every student of his can attest to a principle that they learned early on in receiving his instruction. And it's simply stated, it's that we're a product of our environment. And initially, when you're a martial arts student, you're thinking about physical training, the mental side of things, physical development, you're working out, strengthening your body and your mind. And the people that you place around you, the people that you put in your life as instructors and as teachers is very important. In fact, I go back to a scripture that can be found in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 that warns us not to be deceived, that bad company can ruin good morals. And so that's a lesson that stuck with me throughout the years and really has been a driving principle or a foundation of mine. It really emphasizes the importance of the personal choices that I make. And while it relates a lot to the physical and mental development of our training, it leads very well to our walk with the Lord. Not putting ourselves in situations that we're prone to temptation. Being able to protect our walk.
Right. So what would you say to someone that maybe is just getting to know Mark, and now you have life impact, and now you're passing maybe some things on to your kids that he taught you? What would you say would be something that someone said, I don't know what kind of guy he was? What would you say is something that you kind of really maybe changed you and that you even are now passing on?
Well, being involved in Mark's school from little on, I remember periods of time when other instructors were opening up their own schools over the years. And there was kind of a mass marketing to segments of the community to bring in bodies, kind of the cash flow aspect of business. And one thing I remember my father doing is not pursuing that. So in one word, I could say integrity in his instruction and integrity in the way that he managed his school and how he worked with people coming in to be instructed.
Right. So a lot of people now, the other thing on the physical aspect, now you saw your dad when you were this big, hanging out with him while he was working out. And what would you say on the physical side, like his self-defense or fighting skills? Would you say it was a lot of people respected him for that, or what did you get to see?
Yes, in some cases respect had to be earned. Yeah. A lot of times individuals will come down with their own personal experiences, whether it's military experience or experience from another school or another instructor from across the country. And, they come in, wanting to test his abilities and test his knowledge. And so in some cases, communication, just open conversation will suffice, but in other cases, respect had to be earned. through the night's training.
I.e. butt kicking?
Yes. And I've been a part of that myself. Being my dad, he used those moments too to help train me if I were misbehaving, as his son. And so I would be put in situations where, to be put down physically by another student that's bigger or stronger can be humbling and kind of readjusts your mindset when you get a little too smart for yourself.
That's true. So in conclusion, would you say your life has just been set on a certain path, or maybe given a good direction because of Mark's influence?
Definitely. And not only because of my father, but also because of the quality people that he had around him as well. I said earlier about, surrounding yourself, being careful about who you surround yourself with. While my father was also surrounded by people coming in to learn, he also had experienced people around him that were, of good character as well, and became very close friends too. And so I had the benefit of growing up around other adults that were like-minded, making good choices in their personal habits as well as in their training. And that has carried on with me throughout life, and that's one thing that I hope to impart upon my children as they're now coming of age, choosing who they have around them as friends, what habits they form, and hopefully some of those habits are, reading the scripture on a daily basis, exercising on a regular basis as well, carrying and developing good habits.
No, that's awesome, because I still feel that same way myself. So for those that don't know Paul, I just want to say this nicest, biggest, hardest guy I know, and I know a lot of that comes from our upbringing, like you said, and the surroundings we were been around. So for those that don't know who Mark Griesbach is, I can tell by just looking at his son, and we've become good friends over the years that, there's no one that has as big a heart as Paul, and I always like that about him. But and like you said, so take a look at our school and our programs, because I think if the product is someone like a Paul, I think all we can do is help you, in life to be like that. That would be awesome.
Well, I appreciate it.
So thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing insight. I know everyone appreciates this, so thanks for taking time today.
All the best, and good luck to you all there.
Thanks, Paul. God bless.
You too.